The scent. The scent of your perfume on my scarf. A week later, I could still smell you. Your perfume lived on my scarf like a heartbeat that refused to fade. I held that fabric the way a man holds a memory, carefully, desperately afraid it might slip away. I didn't wash it for months. It felt like washing away the last trace of you. Even now, when I close my eyes, that scent rises like a whisper against my skin, and suddenly, I'm back to the night you leaned closer, laughing softly, unaware of the spell you cast. You didn't know that one moment would stay with me. You didn't know that breath of sweetness would anchor an entire universe inside me. Tell me, how does a simple scent carry the warmth of your fingers, the curve of your smile, the softness of your voice? How does one inhale and fall in love? How does one exhale and pretend it to move on? I never learned the answers, only the longing. I remember that evening like a photograph with warm edges. The light was dim, the air tested of winter, and something sweet, something like you brushed past me, and the whole room changed temperature. I believe even the walls took notice. My pulse did, my breath did. Every quiet part of me woke up. You didn't look back. You didn't have to. Your perfume lingered long enough to pull my eyes toward you. It smelled like jasmine at midnight, mixed with the memory of a first love you can never forget. There are fragrances that fade, and then there is yours, the kind that settles into the folds of a man's life, the kind that stays even when you don't. I remember the first moment you touched my scarf. You laughed at how soft it was, and I pretended I didn't watch your fingers too closely. You didn't know your perfume would cling to it. You didn't know I would hold it at night. When silence felt heavier than loneliness, I would close my eyes and pret you in, as if the scent couldn't rewind time. As if memories had doorways, as if missing you was a place my heart kept returning to. I didn't wash it for a month. I couldn't. It felt like betrayal, like letting go. Before I was ready, the fabric carried a part of you that my hands were not brave enough to release. Nights grew colder after you left. I would wrap the scarf around my neck, and your scent warmed me more than any fire could. Love is strange like that. It survives in smallest details, in the threads of clothes, in the echoes of laughter, in the quiet spaces where your absence spreads. My void had a breath, a heartbeat shaped like your name, and a rhythm only made sense when I remembered you. Do not let anyone in between us. Do you remember the night we walked home in the rain? You hid under my scarf, laughing as the drops kissed your eyelashes. I swear, you made the whole street shimmer. You smelled like rain and warm skin, a combination that has ruined me for life. The scent of you in the cold air was more beautiful than the storm itself. I wanted to trap that moment in a bottle, like a collector trying to save the last light of a sunset. You held my arm, and I swear the rain stopped just to listen. Your perfume mixed with the dampness, creating a fragrance I have never found again. I have searched for it in every store, in every crowd, in every breath of passing wind, but nothing compares. Nothing comes close to you. Something I wonder, if scent could speak, what would yours tell me? Would it whisper the secrets you never said? Would it confess the things your eyes almost revealed? Or would it simply say my name the way your voice once did. Soft, quiet, warm enough to melt winter. I remember your hair falling over your shoulder, catching light, catching my breath. You leaned in to tell me something, and your perfume wrapped around me like dawn wraps around the earth. I forgot the world existed. I forgot my own name, and I knew was the closeness of you, the scent, the moment, the way every slowed down, except my heartbeat. There was a night when you sat beside me, and the world felt smaller, softer. You kept tucking your hair behind your ear, and every moment left a trail of your fragrance in the air. I pretended to listen to your words, but I was memorizing the scent of your nearness. I was memorizing everything. The way you smiled, the way your fingers moved, the way your perfume seemed to glow. I didn't want the moment to end. Maybe you felt that too, or maybe the universe was kind to me that night, letting me borrow a little of its magic. Funny how memories work. They don't always return in picture. Sometimes they return in smells, in the way cold morning, remembering me of your hands, in the way certain breezes sound like your sighs, in the way a hint of jasmine makes my chest tighten. Your scent became a map of moments only you and I never lived, and I ever lived. Fragrance that brings back the whole story of us, the soft beginnings, the quiet middles, the unspoken endings. There were always when I would walk through a crowded street, hoping in the wind would carry a note of your perfume, and when it didn't, I would come home to the scarf, my last piece of you. I would hold it like a fragile truth, a reminder that love leaves traces, even when it leaves. Sometimes I wonder if you ever kept anything of mine, a message, a photograph, a moment. Did anything about me stay with you? Did my laughter leave a mark? Did my voice echo everywhere or anywhere in your nights? Did my absence ever ache the way yours does? Maybe I will never know, but I know what I carried, and I know what I still carry. The scent of your perfume has outlived time and logic. It is a memory I cannot outgrow. It is the cause that still holds my hand. And there were soft, simple moments, the kind people forget, but I never could, like the way your perfume mingled with early morning sunlight when you stepped into the day, with sleepy eyes and a gentle smile, or the way it deepened in the evenings, becoming warmer, like the night it had its own version of you. I learned your scent the way one learns a love story, slowly, willingly, completely. I wish you knew how many times I tried to forget you, how many times I've folded that scarf and placed it far away only to bring it back, holding it against my chest, as if memory was oxygen, as if breathing you in was the only way to keep myself alive. Maybe it was, maybe it still is. There's something wild about memory, something tender, something cruel. It doesn't ask permission, it arrives when it wants, like the fainted trace of your perfume that still clings to my winter clothes. Even after seasons have changed, even after I told myself to move on, you remain, not in photographs, not in messages, but in the fabric of a scarf that carries the warmth of you. You are a scent I cannot untangle from mine, from my time, from my heart, a memory that feeds, a feeling that refused to die. You exist in the year, long after you have walked away. You exist in the folds of a scarf I wear when I miss you too much to exist in the space between inhale and exhale. In the fragile pause, when longing lives and love hides quietly. There were days when I didn't touch the scarf at all. Days I pretended your absence didn't matter. Days I convinced myself I had outgrown the ache. But then a memory would brush past me like you once did, and everything inside me would shift. Your scent would float back from some forgotten corner of the clothes, and I would fall apart, just a little more gently each time. Sometimes I wonder if I'm missing you. It's just another way of remembering you. If longing is simply love that refused to sleep, if keeping your scent was my heart's way of saying, I'm not ready to forget, and maybe I never will. You were the soft storm, one that never destroyed, only rearranged the furniture of my soul. Your perfume was the aftermath, a sweet reminder of everything you touched and everything you changed. I still feel those changes, they linger, just like your scent did, just like your memory does. There were nights I would sit by the wind with a scarf around my shoulders, watching the city lights flicker like restless thoughts. I would imagine your voice text to me, soft as moonlight, real enough to hide. I would close my eyes and breathe you in, and for a moment you were there, not as a memory but as a feeling, a presence, a warmth, a truth that never really felt or left. Time has not cured me, distance has not erased you, new seasons have not replaced you. I still carry the same longing, the same tenderness, the same unspoken words, and the same scarf, still folded carefully, still holding you. If I could rewrite time, I would go back to the moment where your perfume touched the air. I would hold them a little lighter and tighter. I would breathe a little deeper. I would memorize you beyond memory. I would choose you again and again and again and always. I know now that love isn't always loud. Sometimes it lives quietly in the scent left behind on a scarf, in the breathlessness of remembering, in the fragile threads where two lives almost touched forever. I never told you this, maybe I never knew how, but your scent saved me in lonely nights, in empty mornings, in moments when I forgot how to feel alive. You reminded me of softness, of warmth, of what it meant to be seen by someone, even for a breath, even for a heartbeat. I don't know if you will ever know how deeply you are woven into my ideas, how your fragrance returns, and when I least expected, how it opens doors to rooms I thought I had locked, how it portals me back. It pulls me back to the man I was, and you were near. Maybe some loves are meant to stay unfinished. Maybe some stories live in the spaces between us. Maybe all I ever truly had was a scent you left behind, and maybe that was enough to change me, to love you, to remember you, long after goodbye. So here I am, still carrying the scarf, still breathing you in, still holding on to the one memory time could not wash away, the scent of you, the warmth of you, the whisper of a love that never learned how to end. And if someday you ever wonder whether you were forgotten, whether you were a fleeting moment, whether you ever mattered, ever, just know this: I didn't wash it for a month, because losing your scent felt like losing you. And I wasn't ready. Maybe I never will be. A week later, I could still smell you on my scar. A coast of sweetness that refused to fade. I didn't wash it for a month, because losing your scent felt like losing you again. Every inhale brought back a moment I tried to forget. Your laughter brushing past me like a warm wind. The night rain kissed your hair, and you hid in my scarf, leaving a fragrance that stretched itself into my soul. How can a scent be softer than a memory, yet stronger than a goodbye? I hold that scarf like a heartbeat that survived you. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it saves me, because you still done. Not in messages, not in footsteps, but in the silent breath of perfume. I can't replace. If you knew how deeply your scent lives in me, you would understand why I never let it fade. This isn't just a memory, it is a lost part of you that still stays. Thank you for watching. Keep watching. My voice, the desert voice.